It all started on September 23rd, 2023. The Diablos invasion was the very first event in Monster Hunter Now. Little did we know it would bring forth one of the most terrifying subspecies to this day. Enter Black Diablos. A female Diablos whose body has turned black in preparation for the mating season. This version is unusually aggressive compared to its regular counterpart. In other words, it's one pissed off female Diablos. And for many hunters, she has been, to this day, one of the most devastating and destructive monsters in all of Monster Hunter Now. Over the course of the Diablos invasion weekend, I would find and slay only 16 Black Diablos due to their rarity, which was still an incredibly impressive feat at the time. 2 months later, Black Diablos returned in its own premiere event called the Roar of the Desert Diablos. Black Diablos was boosted for the very first time during this event. It was really rare during the week, and then during the weekend, it was boosted and there was a ton of Black Diablos spawning on the map. This time around, I was way more prepared for Black Diablos, having slain over 300 Legiana from a prior event. So I got my Leggy bow pretty high up, and I also had my full Focus 5 build for my bow and quickly started to gain more experience hunting Black Diablos. After this event, I'd ended up slaying over 200 Black Diablos. I was also able to get a ton of materials for my Cera Coilbende and craft the full Black Diablos armor set. There was even some connection errors during Saturday for the Roar of the Desert Diablos event, so Niantic awarded us with an extra day of boosted Black Diablos. At the end of the makeup day, I ended up at 262 Black Diablos slain. With an extra boosted day, I was one step closer to getting enough materials to get my Cera Coilbende to grade 10, level 5 out of 5. Little did we know, 1 month later, Black Diablos would once again return in the Happy Hunting New Year event. To close off the year, Black Diablos was boosted for over a week, and more monsters were spawning from 1 PM to 6 PM local time. This event would be remembered as one of the best events in Monster Hunter Now history. Unfortunately, during the Happy Hunting New Year event, I was actually on vacation in the Philippines. 21 days in my second home and spending time with family. The last time I was here was back before COVID-19 hit the world. It was a great time, and I even spent 10 days at the wonderful Boracay Island. It was my first time here, and my favorite part about this island wasn't just because of the beautiful scenery, but also the amount of food. The reason I work out, the reason I do long runs, etc., and practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and compete is because I want to eat as much food as possible. And they had all this really great food, especially this barbecue place right outside my hotel. All I had to do was walk down, go outside, and bam, I could have this sweet dish. And I worked up my appetite as I ended up slaying a bunch of Black Diablos on foot on the island. I also did my morning runs hunting down Black Diablos. Usually my typical runs are like 5 or 6 miles, so what I would do is I'd run, stop, kill Black Diablos, run around. Luckily, as a tourist, it didn't look too weird running around blasting Black Diablos left and right. Now, I still saw like 1 or 2 hunters in groups nearby when I was on the island, but sadly I didn't play with too many of them. And I'm used to island heat, however, it's still hot and humid. I live in California. California isn't usually that humid, it's pretty dry, and it's been really weird as far as weather-wise lately. But by the time we left Boracay, I had got enough materials for my grade 10, level 5 out of 5 Cera Coilbende, so it was great. But before we left and went to our final destination, Makati, I had to get and finish my own personal mission, which is to eat more and more food. And as you see here, Boracay Island had a ton of great places to eat. I think this was the Sunnyside Cafe, and they had the best ube pancakes and this really sweet grilled cheese and dinner at this Japanese place. We even spent New Year's here. There's sweet fireworks shows straight from the top of my hotel. And then we flew back to Makati, where we stayed at one of these really great hotels and went to this really great Riverside Mall place somewhere over there. But of course, more mission equals more food. So as you see, more and more food. This great, I love churros. Churros are amazing. Quesadilla. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without a burger. This was called Navy Burger. It's my first time being here. I ate it when I was a kid, but when I came back, it's my first time. And of course, you gotta have more and more food, so ramen noodles is amazing. I even spent a lot of time in the boosted spawn windows hunting down Black Diablos around the city. I wanted to get as many as I could. Yeah, I had all the materials I needed, but I wanted more. I even got to hunt in a few full party groups for the first time in the Philippines. So it was really sweet. I really wish I met more and more of the Philippines community as far as the Monster Hunter Now community goes. But of course, you just never know, right? It was really cool to see though. I think I saw 10 people. That's the most I ever saw on my nearby, 10 at once. And they were just really awesome. I think I like looked around and saw some people playing, but like I was just on a mission. Of course, you gotta hunt as many Black Diablos as possible. So even though I could have sat down and said hi, I definitely wanted to just grind, and more grind, of course. It was kind of difficult just because I didn't really know my way around, and I would walk in like a long area. I'd walk like 30 minutes away from my hotel and then just go around this like huge circle. But it was really cool because I've been in Makati last time I went to the Philippines, but I vaguely remember anything about it. Now that I'm older, definitely took in all the sights, and again, it was really sweet to be able to play with the Philippines Makati community. Loved every second of it. If you are watching this and you play in Makati, I appreciate you, and I might have played with you if you were in this group over here or sometime while I was still in Makati in the Philippines. Other than literally obliterating Black Diablos and her family from the face of the Philippines, this is what I did from Makati all the way up till coming back to America. So, other than hunting Black Diablos, I spent a lot of time with family and of course eating more food. As you see, you can see a lot of food here in a bit, but yes, more and more food. I ended up doing this escape room place called Mystery Manila, and I had a ton of fun. There was also this cute simulation golf place, but didn't have any time to actually play it. But before heading back to America, we had a layover in Taiwan. So I was so happy to be in Taipei, and I love bubble tea from Taiwan. I've been here once, I want to go again, and as you see, they were making all these delicious pastries, and of course, boba. I absolutely love boba. And yes, super happy that I stopped here in Taiwan. Ended up getting some beef noodles as well, and just had a ton of fun, and I definitely need to go back one of the days because, again, if you haven't noticed, I absolutely love Taiwan, and those beef noodles were absolutely incredible. During the flight back from Taiwan, me and my brother-in-law actually started playing Monopoly, and I just watched a bunch of movies. But thankfully, we made it back safely, and I actually don't have footage from coming back because I was just so dang tired. Once I got to my parents' place where I left my car, I drove back to my place, and that was the end of my Philippines trip. Little did we know, a few weeks later, for the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter, it was announced that there would be an event for Black Diablos, and it would be returning in increased numbers. If it was anything like the New Year's event, I knew this was going to be absolutely ridiculous. So I decided, do I really go for 1,000 Black Diablos? Well, as you see here, it was a whole 9 days. So I did the math. If I killed like 60 Black Diablos a day, I would be able to achieve my goal of getting the gold Black Diablos medal. And so my journey began to slay 1,000 Black Diablos. So for the 20th anniversary event, Black Diablos returned, and I started the 20th anniversary event at 386 Black Diablos, like you see here. So I needed to slay 614 more in the 9 days of the 20th anniversary event. The good thing about it, this time around, I had my car. I was super excited to have my wheels back so I could go hard during this event. Walking was great. I got my grade 10, 5 out of 5 Black Diablos bow materials, walking and running in the Philippines. But this time, I had my freaking Grand Theft poaching wheels, so I was gonna go ham. The goal was to slay at least 69 a day, very nice number by the way, and I should reach my goal by the end of the event. The good thing is, this time around, I was way more prepared with a grade 9 Black Diablos bow. I also mainly ran a Focus 5 Part Breaker 3 build to get as many part breaks while maximizing damage. I wasn't worried about getting any more materials. I already had enough to get a grade 10, 5 out of 5 Black Diablos bow, so I was more focused on kills. I didn't double up on anything this time around, and I also used my ult to locate more Black Diablos so I could be as efficient as possible. And what's even better, with 1 hour respawn times, I could camp around low to no traffic areas and places with plenty of sidewalks to park at. Without this timer, I would have to move areas very quickly, so I would take out an area and then I'd have to drive down here and go to another area, but I could just stick around one general area that I knew really well. Again, no traffic, low traffic, plenty of sidewalks equals the most efficient place for you to grind as a drive-in poach Monster Hunter Now solo player. And in a short amount of time, I was getting my silver Black Diablos medal, which is 500 slaying. It didn't take very long before I hit the silver Black Diablos medal. Even though I knew I was halfway there, I still had a lot of work to do. It was really easy. I just kind of went bloodthirsty and just slayed as many as I possibly could. I was still working throughout the day, so I'd finish my therapy sessions and then head out after to slay as many Black Diablos as possible. So, finish my work day, and then I would spend probably, I think, like 4 or 5 hours slaying Black Diablos, as many as I possibly could in that day, and then meet my quota. That way, I could get the most out of my time, and I could spread out my goals so that I can go ahead and accomplish this as fast as possible. Because not only did I want to slay as many Black Diablos and get the gold medal, but I also wanted to make sure I was doing it to where I wouldn't get burned out. Honestly, thanks to my many years of playing Pokemon Go, all I needed was just get a quick warm-up, and then I would just be dead set on my goal of slaying as much as possible. So, I didn't really get burned out. I was like, alright, let's go. Get up like 5 kills, and then the ball just keeps rolling, and bam, 500 Black Diablos. And soon I was reaching the finish line. As the days went by, so did my kill counts for Black Diablos. Eventually, I got to the point where I wanted to finish my 1,000 by the end of the week. So, Saturday and Sunday, I wanted to go really hard so I could finish this up, and I could take a little bit of a break. Well, not really. I wanted to kill other subspecies as well, while this event was going off for the 20th anniversary event. And the ult really helped speed this up quite a bit. As long as the Black Diablos wasn't in the same spawn, I can slay a Black Diablos in a spawn point my main couldn't see. So to do this, all you really have to do is have your ult open. As you see, this spawn point right here where this Kuyaku is actually a Black Diablos for my ult. So you're going to see the example I'm going to do over here. So having 2 phones to do this is actually really useful if you have a second phone. So you're going to see me pop open my second phone and then use the QR code so I can scan it and then encounter another Black Diablos. This made it so I didn't have to do a lot of stops. My stops were minimal. I didn't have to worry about like, hey, running from one place to another, going to another side, especially if my ult saw multiple Black Diablos that my main couldn't see. And presto, you have it right here. It's actually, once you get used to it, it's actually not that hard to play 2 phones. Ironically, I was also able to get it to where my ult could get a Black Diablos to 5 out of 5. So once I play it enough, I could build that ult to where I can use it and really help out my main for hunts in the future. So just a good tip if you have a second phone. And finally, we made it to the final countdown. On March 10th, 2024 Sunday, I hunted for over 10 hours to get to the final 5 I needed to reach the gold medal. I was super motivated to finish strong, and I was pretty stoked that I could finish by the end of the week. No, seriously, I didn't take any time off of work because I'm a therapist. I'm not going to take time off to treat my clients because I want to play Monster Hunter Now. As awesome as that would be. But yes, I didn't take any time off, so after doing therapy, I would come out here and blast Black Diablos. And during these weekends, the next day after this, I had work, so I was like, oof. So instead of having to just spend more hours killing Black Diablos after, I just wanted to finish up this week so that I could just have the rest of the week and just chill hunt other subspecies. / other things I wanted to do, like 8-star monsters so I could get Wyvern gem shards. At this point, I fought so many Black Diablos that she was super easy to take down. I keep getting these... Someone in my Discord community was like, hey, can you make Black Diablos easier or ask the devs to make it easier for us? No, I'm not going to ask them to make it easier. It's supposed to be hard. It's a subspecies. Subspecies are supposed to be hard. And if it's going to give you the Black Diablos bow, which is still the most powerful weapon in the game, she should be hard. But yes, I don't promote laziness. I'm a head wrestling coach. If my kids are lazy, I yell at them, I make them do push-ups. If they are literally exhausted and need 2 more points to score a takedown to win the W to get the W for their match, I'm not going to sit here and say, no, sit down, I'm going to tell the ref to make it easy for you. No, that's not how life works. And that's not how Black Diablo should work. She should be hard. If you're having trouble with Black Diablos, you should learn her attack patterns or overlevel your gear. I'm going to, after this slide, I will show you progressively. After I show my black medal, my gold medal, I will show you my progression on how I got better at killing Black Diablos and how my gear got better so I could be better equipped to take on Black Diablos as more and more events came out into the end where last one, which is the 20th anniversary event. Pretty sure she'll come back, but again, this was the most recent event. And finally, the gold Black Diablos medal, 1,000 Black Diablos slain. After many miles of driving, days of hunting, and slowly getting stronger, I finally reached the end game. This was the final Black Diablos I needed to get to the gold medal, so this was the last one. I made sure her suffering was as fast and as quick as possible. As you see here, I managed to break both horns and then go for the back, but at this point I didn't really care. I just want to finish with a bang, and we're gonna Dragon Piercer the crap out of her soul so I could finally get my 1,000 kills and my gold Black Diablos medal. Thankfully, I got a clean snapshot of the medal and the 1,000. I let a huge breath of relief after I finished, knowing the grind was over. No, seriously, when I was done, I collapsed on the driver's seat. I was like, oh, I'm finally done. Let's go. I'm finally done. Oh my god, 1,000. There it is. There it is right there. 1,000 Black Diablo slain, gold medal. It is done. And the journey was anything short of amazing. I started at Hunter rank 44 at the start, and throughout all the time in between, ended up at Hunter rank 136. That's 92 Hunter rank levels, so almost 100 levels I went up throughout this entire journey, going from start to finish, and again, all the time in between, so not just counting killing Black Diablos. I went from using a grade 6 Legiana bow to a grade 7 5 out of 5 Legiana bow. Then, as I got my Black Diablos bow, my Cera Coilbende stronger, I went to a Black Diablos bow at grade 8 to a Black Diablos bow at grade 9 4 out of 5. So my gear got progressively better as I went after Black Diablos. I hunted Black Diablos also in 3 different countries: the United States, in Taiwan, as well as the Philippines. So I got the cool experience of not just hunting in one general country, I actually went in 3 different countries to hunt Black Diablos. I also went from not having a full Focus 5 build, yes I did have my full Focus 5 build actually when I hunted Black Diablos for the first time, to having a full Focus 5 build. Burst 2, as well as a Vade Extender 2, I used those 2. Then going to a Focus 5 Part Breaker 3 build. So through every Black Diablos event, I learned and my build got progressively stronger. In addition, here's my Black Diablos materials after getting the gold medal. So I doubled up all my drops up until approximately 320 Black Diablos. So if we do the math, 320 times 300 is 96,000 gems. That is almost $600 worth of gems. I am a whale. I still can't believe I spent this much on Black Diablos, but you know what? It was totally worth it. The thing is, I stopped doubling after I got enough materials to get my Cera Coilbende to grade 10 5 out of 5. We didn't know how many times Black Diablos would come back, so I was just hell-bent on getting my Black Diablos bow to grade 10 5 out of 5, because I already knew at the beginning that this thing is possibly going to be the strongest weapon for a very long time. And I ended up with enough Black Diablos materials to get another Black Diablos weapon to grade 10 5 out of 5. So you see all my materials right here? I had more than enough to get the Cera Coilbende to grade 10 5 out of 5, and enough to get another one if I wanted to. In fact, I think all of my Black Diablos weapons right now are actually like grade 7 5 out of 5, or at least close to that. The hammer, the charge blade, the dual blades, as well as the bow, which is obviously over 7 5 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this story and the journey of how I got to the gold Black Diablos medal. If you made it this far, congratulations, I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you even if you didn't watch the entire thing. But I learned a lot throughout this experience and proved to myself I still had the ability to quickly adapt to grinding in different countries. I went from a relatively dry place in California to cold, like semi-cold, to the Philippines, where it was humid and hot, and it was definitely a step back, or a shock from what I'm used to. But since I traveled so much playing Pokemon Go, I was wondering to myself, I wonder, do I still got it? And I still got it. So I'm really excited for the next, or when Monster Hunter Now finally has a Pokemon Go Fest level live event somewhere in the United States or Japan, and I know I can grind just as hard if after just like a day of getting into country. So I also learned a lot about my builds, learned a lot about the game, and of course there's always so much more to learn. I also learned how to take down Black Diablos relatively quickly, and she definitely got really much easier over time. With that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I hope you're getting all your subspecies materials that you've wanted, and that one day, if you do aspire to get a gold Black Diablos medal, I give you all of my energy and all my motivation, because you totally can do it. Again, good luck on all of your grinds, good luck on getting those Wyvern Gem Shards and all the materials you need, and I will see y'all on the next video.